This is Gabriel Makhlouf. He is the Governor of the Central Bank of Ireland. He is the first non-Irish person to ever be given that title. He is a British national. The appointment followed an open international recruitment call where only his name was forwarded. The ECB raised concerns that he lacked a traditional economics background. He was appointed by Paschal Donohoe. The Department of Finance announced that he was selected after what they described as an international competition, but then they refused to publish any shortlist, and journalists later confirmed that it was only ever him. So, competition is a lie, making a mockery of the Public Appointments Service. We have brilliant Irish economists, and they hired someone with no background in economics. This was just decided on by Paschal and Leo behind closed doors. His doctrine is fiscal discipline while Ireland drowns in cash. In 2024, he frauded the Irish public. He said, for an economy operating at full employment, we're adding more stimulus to the economy than it needs, and warned that the €9.4 billion budget package risked overheating. The reality of Ireland's situation is that corporate tax windfall comes from just 11% of companies. While Ireland recorded a surplus of €12 billion, the largest in the state's history, he demanded spending caps at 5%. Ireland collected €108 billion in tax last year. Foreign multinationals paid $24.8 billion. That's more money than most countries see in a decade. The economy is not overheating. This is extractive colonialism, fiscal colonialism. Foreign corporations are generating trillions in profit, not turnover, profit. Trillions, 2 trillion. Since the double Irish, it's over 2 trillion that we've lost in tax revenue now. It is our infrastructure, our talent, our brains, our time, our patents. And now this guy has been parachuted in from the globalist society to tell us we're not to spend our own money. After 500 years of colonialism, we're not to spend our own money. 800. His data, the central bank's own data, destroys his argument. The 2024 quarterly bulletin showed that the economy was operating within normal parameters. Unemployment is historically low. I didn't leave Ireland because I couldn't get a job. I had a huge salary and I took a pay cut to live in London so that I could afford a flat. Although if you're in London, Blackstone's buying everything at the moment, and that's a different video. The affordable flat myth, I don't want to propagate either. But this is extreme. This is hardcore usury. You have colonised your children and sent us away when we were rich for the first time in history. Leo, Paschal, Simon, you're criminals. Unemployment is historically low. GDP growth is sustainable. He invented overheating to justify fiscal starvation of public services amid unprecedented surpluses when we need infrastructure development or else the whole country faces existential crisis. He is keeping mortgage rules restrictive in case they might destabilise rent. His so-called reforms are meaningless. A couple on €80,000 can only buy a house that's worth $320,000, but it costs $500,000 to buy a home in Dublin. He admits that house prices have gone up 75% while wages have only gone up 27%, but he continues to choke families of credit. And he has left the field wide open to vulture funds to come and take their pick. We now have a class of foreign landlords who only exist on paper and are building a monopoly on housing. They own entire housing estates. How can you sleep at night, you sick fucking technocrat? You disgusting human being. Constantly part of the propaganda machine that warns against foreign direct investment, flight capital by the US, painting Ireland as dependent on their foreign charity. We are making these companies trillions. It's the brain power that fuels the machine of capitalism. If workers say no, then the whole thing stops. Goodbye to anyone who wants to colonize us. This is the classic colonial trick of erase and ignore our productivity and call us beggars. The same as the English did when we were building their ships. Not only that, but once again, Ireland is the asshole on the European stage because he sits on the ECB governing council and he keeps voting to restrict monetary policy for all of the other Europeans. He's a technocrat, a globalist sent in. This is regulatory capture, Leo. After Brexit, Israel chose Ireland as its regulatory home. And it was him that rubber stamped the prospectus to allow the sale of Israeli bonds through our banks. These brochures? Those brochures do not tell you that the money that flows through those bonds is what fuels the bombs. This is what is allowing Israel to raise billions. Ireland is complicit, deeply. Tell your TD you're calling for his immediate removal because of serious misconduct. This is usury and mortal sin and an act of genocide. There is no much more serious left. We need to expose the anti-democratic nature of central banking. The BIS is not a thing that should exist. That's criminality. This is global capture. He is a node in a web, but nonetheless, off with his head.